Okay.
Ooh. Okay, yeah, that's a stiff one.
Just like the Andre used to give the Ultimate Warrior when he'd fuck around and go too tough on him.
Yep. It was a super stiff one.
It goes super
Oh.
stiff. Goldberg was pretty stiff. I'm trying to think of who the worst was.
Well, I know Vader. Vader was stiff, bro.
He got
You
into a
ever
lot of
seen,
shit
bro?
backstage too with people.
He was clubbing motherfuckers, bro. Like Vader
like
clubs.
that.
But you catch all forearms, all that shit, bro, and like people act like he was in NFL, bro. He
Yeah.
was huge.
Yeah, big boy. Yeah.
Big Van Vader, bro. I remember seeing him first time I seen him, and first time I seen him was with that mask. He had that fucking mask, and he was going in Japan. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, they call him Vader. I'm like, that's why he looks like Darth Vader, bro.
Yeah.
I loved it.
He was
Vader time.
intimidating when he first came out. It was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Dude's big, but he was also doing backflips and shit.
He was doing backflips, bro. I've never seen a man that big do a motherfucking moonsault, bro. Ever. Damn, I was trying to think about. Well, damn, I'm still thinking about that question now. I'm trying to get that answer.
Now you got Jacob Fatu just doing shit everything, and he's a big boy too.
Bro, he's a big boy, bro, and he's lost a lot of weight too. Like they say, he's at like 280. I'm like, man, but I've seen him. I saw him on the underground circuit. He was bigger than that, bro. He was like,
wow.
He was like 350, still doing that shit, bro. He's toned up a lot.
And the other thing is, I was watching when he was a SmackDown, right? When he was there.
Yeah.
He just has that, for me, that Bay Area presence. Like when he walks, his mentality, his attitude. I was like, straight from the Bay on that one.
Yeah. He's from the Bay, bro. It's funny. Like I know he's from Sac, but I'm like, bro, that's our cousins.
But he grew up in San Francisco. Or he's born in San Francisco, though, from what I saw.
Oh, was he born in the city? Okay. Yeah.
The city. But
well,
yeah, he's just straight. Still, they still got the whole.
He had the whole yada to me, and I'm like, yeah. I was like, yep, they just doing us, bro. I love that. Like,
he's like, I gotta talk to Solo. I'm like, oh shit, Solo better turn around.
Yeah. He's like, I need to talk. He's like, man, I need to. I think he said, I need to tap in with Solo. I'm like, hold on, bro. He said tap in. I was like, yeah, he's from the Bay.
He's like, hold on a second. Maybe this was part of it. Yeah, it's kayfabe on that one. I don't know.
Ain't no kayfabe. This shit sounded real to me. It's like, bro, that's like, hey, what's up?
Exactly.
And that was huge to see that, when for Solo, he's like, I love you, Jacob. It was like he acknowledged him, bro. Like, he's going to be the next one.
I thought he was going to say something like where you go get the title and bring it back to me. I thought he was going to say some shit like that, but I think he knows his place already.
Yeah, because he failed.
Yeah,
he failed. He failed the coup.
Mm-hmm. So, all right, man. So we're back. I know last time I asked you was a pretty intense question I thought of on the spot, which, my bad, man, because that's actually a tough question to ask or even answer.
Yeah.
So I asked you if you had to get rid of.
Only comes to the sick, depraved mind of you. You know what I mean?
I can't help it. I don't know what's wrong with it, but you got Shawn Michaels, the Heartbreak Kid, or you have Bret Hart. You could just say the greatest to ever do it as far as technicality. The best there is, the best there was, best there ever will be. You got to pick one, and whichever one you think you pick, the other one does not exist. They were never in WWE. They were never in the wrestling history. Their career does not exist, and that's it. So I don't know how you picked this one. I'm glad you're gonna go first because I have.
Yeah, man, that's put me on the spot. And it's probably gonna hurt me to say this, but I gotta pick Shawn Michaels, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta pick Shawn. The only reason why I'm gonna say Shawn is because, yeah, you needed Bret for the Shawn story. The Montreal Screwjob became one of the biggest things that he won his belt. Right. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that after Bret left WWE, he was never the same. You know what I mean? Yeah. Shawn left, he came back, and he still put on matches for about another good 10 years, bro. Like, literally, damn near after the screw job, that was it, bro, for Bret. You got to think about it. Yeah, he won the belt in WCW, but it wasn't... He never had the same aura that he had once. You know what I mean? Right. That was it, I'm sorry, he didn't get with the times. You know?
There you go. Adapting.
he didn't adapt very well. You know, I understood he stuck to it. He was old school, stuck to his ways. One of my all time favorite wrestlers, but like the best is, the best was, the best there will be. No, facts.
Yeah.
He's who made me love wrestling from the
Same.
technical standpoint.
The
He was
hero,
putting
the
on
good guy, the baby face.
the babyface. He was the epitome of a babyface. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like that actually knew how to wrestle. It wasn't the big. He wasn't your typical babyface. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't Hogan.
Right.
Hogan was the big buff guy.
Yeah.
Bret Hart wasn't the big buff guy. You know, he's up
Right.
there. He's working. He's wrestling. Really wrestling.
Exactly. Yeah.
Not getting beat up for the whole. Like he was taking. Yeah, he was getting beat up, but he actually was. He was fighting. It was a
Mm-hmm.
fight. It wasn't no Hulk up moment or nothing like that. It was
Right.
real like hey some
No
technical
cheating.
shit. No
No
cheating.
cheating.
Yep.
Yeah. Man, I kept thinking about it too. Like without Brett, I don't find wrestling as much. Maybe I still get into it, but I think the love that I found for wrestling was because of him. Again, from just
One
giving your
hundred,
glasses to a kid every single
bro.
time, you're like, I could be that kid one day, knowing damn well
Yeah.
we ain't getting ringside
We
tickets.
we ain't getting ringside seats now. But I
Nah.
remember I bought a pair.
Mm-hmm.
I had a pair that we just bought at the thing. Like they had like a little rubber strap, like but they were clean.
And he's the only one
They
that would
broke
pull off wearing pink tights and like
and
just
made that shit
look
look cool, bro.
clean. Yeah,
He really.
the whole
I was over there
foundation
like,
too.
man, yeah, they pulled that shit off, bro.
Yeah,
I was
but
fact.
it's
Excuse me, I feel I'm cutting you off on
no,
this
no,
one,
no.
but yeah,
We're
that's
just
one.
going.
He's one of my favorites. So you already know
I
that's
gotta
my
catch my
guy,
breath
bro.
on this one because it's tough. Because then Shawn was just, as you said, he adapted to everything. And when he was a good guy, he was a good guy, and he still had his little smart ass too. But when he was a heel, he was a heel. And then without Shawn, you also don't get DX. And
Right?
DX was the second big, or one of the biggest to me. Even though I loved the NWO, but I think at the time I loved DX more.
DX is more influential, bro. Like,
Mm-hmm.
hey, we weren't getting kicked out. You weren't getting kicked out of class for
Throw the X.
throwing up the wolf pack. But yo, you
Yeah,
tell the
yes.
teacher to suck it, bro. You throwing up the X, suck it. Okay,
Exactly. So that
like,
was the other biggest thing is without
and then
DX,
also,
without Shawn, there's no DX. That's my thing. But go ahead and go because this one hurts. I feel like I'm just
that one hurts.
I'm killing Brett when he's been hurt in this industry, and here we go. You're saying he's the greatest of all time. Pretty much, right? And then it's like, all right, bye.
I mean, but hey, was it yesterday's trash? Yesterday's news is yesterday's trash, or I don't know, whatever. I'm just kidding. No, I can't say it like that. But that's one of my all time favorites, bro. Still to this day, like.
Man,
But that's hard, man. That really is a hard. That
and
like
he
you
just
said,
did
there's
so
no
much for
no
the business.
DX.
Yeah, he did so
He
much for the
did.
business. Got
He
screwed over
did,
so
bro.
much from the screw job.
His
But
dad sell the screw job because basically,
it's 50-50 on that
Vince
one.
McMahon bought his company. He
From
bought his
from
dad.
his father, right?
That was his dad. Yep, that was their territory. You know what I'm saying? So he literally got absorbed into it. He became the champ though, which is awesome. But
Mm-hmm.
it came down to like who's really running it. And I think him being the owner's kid for back in the day,
Right.
and he was the prodigy, bro. He was the chosen one. Like the greatest wrestler there was. Like the best. Like with all the shit he said, he wasn't lying about it.
Right. No, he was every night, or not
He
every
backed
night,
it
but every
up.
time it was on TV, right? Even any house show that they would do,
Yep.
he'd give it all as for as if it was somebody's first time seeing wrestling. That's how he did wrestle, and he actually did really good. His punches were good. He did a
Yep.
really good job. His kicks. So yeah,
He
what
told
else
the
did he
story
give?
when he wrestled.
He also gave his brother to the
His brother,
business,
bro. I'll say, hey, yeah.
and that's
And
damn.
the crazy thing about it, his brother, I think, honestly, at the end of the day, would have been better than him, bro. He was just as good.
Yeah,
Technically, he could talk on the mic, and he was a high flyer.
they just 'cause I don't think in the past, like I don't think any like Japan or wrestling or something like that, but
Mm.
he never wrestled Jericho, right? In the past, because that would be a great ass matchup back then.
Not that I saw.
That would have been really
Maybe
good
back
to
in the
see
dungeon
a
or
feud.
something. But
Yeah,
yeah, Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, probably a dungeon, huh? Yeah, you're right on that one. Because they fucked up Owen as well with his career. I don't think they used him
Yep.
right, especially when Bret left. I didn't really care for the whole. Again, going back to the dungeon, the Dan Severn, those pit matches that they would try to do, where it
Yeah.
goes back to real wrestling and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Shoot wrestling.
Shoot
You know, they
wrestling,
really.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
I just. Yeah. I know it was a good story for. I guess. Didn't it, was it Kim Shamrock and him who was supposed to have a match, or was
yeah,
it? Or
it's both supposed to be both of them, and then also Owen said no, he's the
I
best
think.
wrestler, and he got in on
Yeah.
it.
And then right. And with Dan Severn's a beast. He was a real life beast, and that's why he wasn't in there anymore. You think
Yeah,
about it, he was really the first UFC star in there, bro. I think he came in right before. Didn't he come in there before Ken Shamrock did, or he came in around the same
I
time?
think around the same, but he had no personality at all.
None,
Zero.
none.
Dry as hell. So at least Ken
Right,
was
yeah,
able to snap and do something.
yeah.
He took a shot to the head, I'll tell you that much. That's probably still one of the best chair shots I've ever seen with him and The
I haven't
Rock.
seen it in my life, bro. Him, the Rock used to lay it on people, bro. He
He
used to lay,
would.
bro. Them chair, bro. You smell what he was cooking.
For sure. Holy shit. Man. You gotta get rid of the alright, so we both picked Shawn, which is hard, but it's just he's the showstopper, he's iconic, and the best
But WrestleMania, I mean, Mr.
man.
WrestleMania. How's your name, Mr. WrestleMania, and you didn't main event them? Like I think he had a couple that you main evented, but he
Yeah.
was still like Mr. WrestleMania, and he still has. I think he had more losses at WrestleMania than he does wins, if I'm not mistaken. I think I got to look
Yeah.
that up for sure, but
Is there
he steals
any
the show.
is there Triple H without Shawn? Because there was a Hunter, Hearst Helmsley, but would he have
Mm.
been Triple H is what we know now without the whole DX
No,
thing and going from there, then does that mean does he still get with Stephanie? Does he still become
nope.
the CEO? Does Shawn become, NXT? So it's like there's a lot that still just goes into it if you really take it that deep. But sorry,
Right,
Brett.
bro. Look, yeah, I said that's why we had to. Yeah,
We
exactly.
love you though, but I mean it's just
We love you,
it's
but
tough. Tough
look,
situation to be in.
yep.
All right, what about Stone Cold or The Rock? You gotta get rid of one.
Ah,
And I guess I'm thinking about it because
I'm
I'm thinking about all the feuds. If I had to say feuds, right, you need two people to play the game that are synonymous. And like when they was going after each other, was it the championship belt or was it the European? In the beginning when they started feuding,
might have been IC. Was it
was it
IC?
IC? Which one did he throw in the Hudson?
That was IC. I feel like
Maybe that was it then. Yeah, I think it was. Whatever it was, who gave a shit about the belt? It was intense, the build up between Stone
he
Cold
was
and The
all
Rock.
like, "Man, he threw the belt in the river, bro. He don't give a fuck about that belt. It's
They
deep."
Then he threw Austin in there too, right?
Yep. You piece of trash.
That's right, yeah. So you get rid of The
You
Rock.
just
The Rock doesn't have no more people's elbow, no more acting, no coming back. The final boss, or gonna have Austin. No more Mr. McMahon. We already talked about Austin last time, but it's
yeah.
you got to pick one to get rid of. Who you getting rid of, The Rock or Stone Cold? And if you think about it, I think realistically, Stone Cold's run wasn't too long.
It wasn't that long, bro. He had a nice little 2 year run.
That was crazy, untouchable run.
Untouchable, bro. Like, bro, he literally damn near went out. Like, he had his run and then he retired, bro.
Right.
He had that run because he was gone though, like 2002, right? He was gone. I stopped watching him
Yeah,
in
it was
2002.
pretty much. I
No,
think
he had that
come
run
back
from
for a little bit, but
what? Yeah, but it was like what 90. Well, I'd say it was like 5 year run.
yeah.
So what he did that. Ugh. It's crazy though because Rock. I mean, he left around the same time, but he did come back though. So I don't know.
But he had some fucking killer
He was
promos.
yeah.
Funny ass promos too. Candy ass and shut your mouth and it doesn't matter. Pie.
Yeah.
All that stuff and just his
All that shit.
charisma. But then
I
Stone
feel
Cold,
like we could.
man.
I feel like we could have another. They could build another Stone Cold. You can never build another Rock. You can have somebody going against the system.
True. But then again,
But it wasn't nothing
no Mr.
like that.
McMahon
Wasn't
either.
But that's crazy. Yeah, I mean,
because then again, if you didn't have Stone
yeah,
Cold,
if you don't have Stone Cold, you don't have Mr. McMahon, you don't have the corporate, which you don't have the Rock, because the Rock
Corporate
became the
Rock,
man in the corporate Rock. He won his
yeah,
first championship as corporate Rock. So that's kind
so
of hard, man. Like it's hard to really ask those questions and get a real good answer out of it.
just gotta flip a coin or something.
Basically.
Man, I don't know. But then again, do you say the Rock has come back multiple times? And Stone Cold had one match. He had it with Kevin Owens, but he doesn't really
Yeah.
do it the pop in stuff, and he didn't have the big ass promo. And again, I don't know if Stone Cold could do what the Rock just did last year.
Nah.
That's tough. I don't know, man. We'll get back to that one, and maybe we'll let people answer that one so we don't get. I don't know. I'm leaning towards Stone Cold because of Mr. McMahon, and that's just hard.
I know you don't say that, but it's hard. But
they needed each other.
I mean, it's crazy though because it's all like you said. It's all synonymous. Hey, that's why. Hey, that's why they're so here now forever.
Then together forever. Yeah.
Like it's all synonymous. Like they kept it going. Mm-hmm. Like you really can't talk one without the other. Like iron sharpens steel, whatever that sharpen whatever that steel sharpens
steel. Yeah. Don't touch it.
Yeah, don't touch that shit.
Now let's see. Let's go on to something. Let's try tag teams. If we were to try to go that one, that was a little hit and miss. Who would you say is the most dominant tag team?
Oof. I know size wise, I had seen. I think I say Legion of Doom, where like them guys were huge, bro. They were huge, and they were killing people in the ring. I don't know if you saw
boys, man. Hawk was a motherfucker,
bro. Fucking huge, bro. And then it's crazy to think about that. Motherfucker really became like hitman. Well, not hitman, but they were like bodyguards when they lived in Japan, bro. Like,
yeah.
Working for the fucking Yakuza, right? That shit is real. They see some shit.
So Legion of Doom was a classic one. Now, what other one do you think is pretty... What are the classic people back then? Tag team wise.
Well, I'm gonna be real. I remember Legion of Doom big more than I do Demolition. I just remember they both had face paint.
Yeah.
And I mean... They dominated tag teams. So, yeah.
Here, I got one for you. Just because I was trying to think of even just more fan base where they are. Not singles, okay? So let's remove the singles aspect of it. They'll remain as singles, but would you pick the Outsiders or the New Age Outlaws? One's got to go forever as a tag team.
Ooh.
That's why I have to throw it in there.
Some tough ones today, bro. I mean,
that's why I said the singles will remain because we know for a fact you had Razor Ramon, you still had Diesel alone, but they were a powerhouse.
I can get rid of. Yeah, they were when they actually was a champ, but also I don't look at it as just the outsiders. I consider them the NWO as well. So I feel like I could get rid of the outsiders because they're still.
Mm-hmm.
They still had the NWO. I don't know. They still had the NWO. Like the New Age Outlaws, they were fun. Like when they really came in, they were fun. You're like, oh shit, I ain't seen this before. Like they were. Road Dogg was out there doing this thing,
cutting the promos.
Cutting the promos. And Billy Gunn, he was over there just
looking like an ass.
He was out there, Mr. Ass, bro.
Yeah,
Mr. Ass over there.
They were good.
He was kicking ass too, though. He was good, bro. They were good.
Oh yeah, they were good.
People don't forget about how big he was.
Oh, he's a big boy too. Yeah, built
huge.
Oh man, here's a different question. It has nothing to do with getting rid of anybody, but looking back now, and I know a lot of people were like tired of it, but unless you were there, you got to see how. Just like we're talking about right now with Jey Uso, when you're there and you see the crowd and everyone's doing the yeets and going with the song. You see how popular he really is, right? Same with Cody.
Yeah.
And then if you don't go and you're just saying, oh, like, that's it, or he shouldn't have won over John Cena. But then just the same with Roman Reigns. When he was the champ, everyone's like, God, dude, it's enough. But then when you're
It's
there
enough. But
and you
when
hear
you're
the
there,
music and everyone's putting the ones up, it's
and you're
different when
there
you're
like
there.
this, right?
You realize why he's still the champ, and his promos and his charisma, the way he just carries
it's the
himself.
aura.
It's an aura,
bro.
right?
You
Now,
have to be like.
go ahead, finish that thought.
I feel like honestly, like you have to be in there to understand. Like there's shit that you can see on TV, and you're like, oh, like you see it, and you're like, man, but ain't nothing like being there live in person, and actually see it and hear. You feel it.
Exactly.
You feel it. You see, like it's real.
Yeah.
It's real.
So, having said that, do you think they made a mistake with him losing and not passing Hogan?
I feel like they did because I know people got tired of watching him win, but at the same time, it would have been good. I don't think they never want to officially erase Hogan. You know what I mean? Because if that you could with Roman passing that up, you could erase Hogan from history.
That's tough.
I hate to say it, you would because he was already in the council mode. You know what I'm saying? He was already canceled. He was already canceled.
Oh shit!
They brought him back during this run, like during during Roman's run. So,
yeah, but then if you cancel that, then you're going to cancel All American Beer.
And that's why they're not going to do that. They already signed up. Here, you go get signings, meet and greets. All right, WrestleMania 41 right now. Right. Meet and greet.
Pop that little balloon.
Yeah.
I don't know. Again, I think people were saying when he came out this recent, like, all right, don't come back no more. Like we respect what you did before, but no more now.
Well, but you're an asshole. So,
yeah, so
like at
the
end of the day, like, bro, no more.
We gave you our love, and then you stabbed us a few times now. So
yeah,
and you don't really even care to truly say I'm sorry, or even really like, oh shit, you're still.
He don't give a shit.
Like
he don't give a shit. Yeah.
Yeah, don't do it because you got caught. It goes for same with everything, right? Are you apologizing because you got caught, or you changing for the right reasons? And that's a whole different category podcast.
Yeah, that motherfucker ain't changing. He ain't changing. So we'll leave it at that.
We'll just leave it at that. And thank you for his efforts and all, because it was
a shout out to Iron Sheik. That's what I say.
Fucking Hulk Hogan, that guy.
He
tried to warn us,
bro.
He tried to
tell us, bro. I followed him on. I was following him on Twitter, bro. And
hilarious ones.
Hilarious tweets, but it said "fuck the Hulk Hogan." Okay,
the. He always tried to get into some funk with. He had a lot of issues with people though. Even I think the Ultimate Warrior. He was getting into a comic. Yeah, Sheik.
Oh, he probably did, but shit, it's probably the same time though. You see what the fuck happened with Warrior was different towards the end too, man. He was a little different. Yeah,
But Sheik, that dude, like, good luck trying to mess with him on like real life because he was actually legit.
Nah, he was legit,
Olympic, right, champ?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he's Olympic champion.
Yeah, he was
strong as hell.
They put the belt on him. Mm-hmm. They put the belt on him. That Hulk Hogan took the belt off of him. That's how Hulkamania got started, bro.
Of course, man. Okay, so I think now you do. God, man, again, it's tough. I'm still that little kid inside of me is still like with the Hogan thing and all he did, but then I don't know. I also think it's different though, right? Because Roman's on TV, or at least you're being brought the attention of WWE twice a week, no matter what, plus the pay-per-view, right? Back then, Hogan, it was. I don't even think did they have any pay-per-views like realistically when he was champion that long? Like, was it every single month or was it every?
No, remember pay-per-views were every quarters. It was every quarter. So remember, it was Royal Rumble,
right?
WrestleMania, then SummerSlam. I think one year I remember they added King of the Ring. I remember they added King of the Ring in June. I remember it was around Father's Day, and then he had Survivor Series. That was it.
Right.
During his run. Then they start adding the monthly thing when they did the In Your House. When they start bringing In Your House.
Right. So it's easier back then to keep the belt longer.
Yep.
as well.
Because he was doing house shows, unless you were doing their house shows too. But
it wasn't televised,
but yeah,
and
it wasn't televised.
you weren't oversaturated as well. Because if you didn't get to see Hogan because you were working or whatever it is, you missed your chance. There's going to be next year that you'll be able to try to get him. It wasn't on my God. We saw him be champion again and win this match he shouldn't have won. You don't get to hear all that stuff, so that's a little easier back then. But did he beat Bob Backlund? Or no, he lost. No, not Hogan. I'm saying did Roman pass his record or no? Next was Hogan,
I think he did pass Bob. I think next was Hogan because I think did he pass Bruno? No, because Bruno Sammartino got the longest. Or was it Hogan? I think Bruno Sammartino. It's by Bruno, and then it's Hogan. Yeah, it's Bruno, then Hogan, and then it's Roman.
Okay. Yeah, something like that. It's just a shitload of
days. Remember seeing that CM Punk has like 400 something days as a champ. So I mean, shit, he passed CM Punk.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. He was on that list. You gotta think he was on that list before Roman passed it.
It ain't gonna be shorter than Drew McIntyre. I know that.
Nope.
Poor guy.
Oh well, hey, 2-time champ though.
He talked about it the other day. He's like, "I'm 2-time champion." I was like, "Hey, you're in the history books, man. You got it."
History books, yeah.
I'll take that for sure. I mean, then you don't want to be hated like David Arquette. They put the belt on him too in WCW.
I remember that. I was just like,
"Why
the fuck?" But I thought they did that because that movie was out too. Wasn't Ready to Rumble coming out? Rumble. They probably did promo.
And he just came back, wrestled not that long ago, like an independent too. Like he's still trying.
I guess so. All right, David, go back to acting.
Yeah, it's tough, man. It's one of those things. If you do love it, like I'm sure he does love it, like we do, and you got money, and you're given the opportunity, how do you say no?
Right. I mean, hell, you got the money to pay for your medical bills, so you're good.
Yeah. Definitely.
That's the first thing I be thinking about. I was over there like, man, because you go in there, it's a wrap.
Mm-hmm.
It's a wrap. Never be the same again.
What do you think is the worst injury that we've seen? Mine, I cannot. Was it?
Well, we didn't get to see it technically, but
okay, that doesn't count. That's not an injury.
Okay.
That's an injury. Yeah, they recovered. Eventually, they recovered. I'm not even going there. You already took away his brother out of existence. Now you want.
Well, shit, we didn't take him out of existence. You know what I'm saying? Shit, he was taken out of there too.
Mm-hmm.
What about us?
To Owen.
I'm just kidding. Yeah. R.P. Owen. One of my favorites.
One of the worst injuries that someone recovered from was his name Joey Mercury, where he got hit with the ladder.
I think I've seen one of Joey Mercury. Yeah, he works in the back for it. Yeah. Well, he's short hair now, but yeah, he's bald now. But yeah.
But he came out with
he's part of that
John Morrison around there.
I remember I wasn't watching at that time, but I've seen pictures of him. I know that he was part of M&M security or J&J security when Seth Rollins was part of the corporate later on. But he's bald.
Okay, so I don't know if it was him or not.
But yeah,
the guy had long hair, and he was on the it was a ladder match, and he was on the outside, just like right at the apron, and something happened. So that the ladder's sticking out a little bit, and his head's right there, and they jump on the ladder, and it just goes. So I think it just breaks his nose, and his eye is dripping, and this immediately swells up to where it's like fat and closed, and they had to take him to the back. There's not that many times where they actually take you to the back.
Right in the middle of a match. I haven't seen that in a long time. I'm trying to think where. Well, I was gonna say Stone Cold broke his neck. That was pretty bad.
Yeah,
that was pretty bad.
Yeah, realistically.
Well, I watched that when Big E broke his neck, bro. That was pretty bad too.
That was bad.
Yeah,
poor guy.
That was bad. Yeah, he ain't been right since. Stone Cold actually came back to wrestle. I mean, Big E didn't come back, bro. So that was pretty bad.
Vince McMahon.
Vince,
tearing his quads.
Yeah, ran down the street, tearing the quads, and came back.
That was a good one.
Triple H did. Triple H tore his shit.
Yeah, he did.
You know,
and then
finished the whole match.
Trying to think of another one that was pretty bad. Shane? Did Shane ever get hurt? Oh, Brock Lesnar.
He did that.
The backflip. Or the shooting stars press, right?
Oh, Shooting Star, yeah, where he almost fucking broke his neck and concussed himself.
Almost, man.
But he used to do that move, apparently. That was his move, but I think he hadn't done it in so long.
Oh, he already had a concussion, is what I was told. When I read whatever. That he already had a concussion, and they're like, "Are you sure you could do it?" He's like, "I don't think so." And then I guess so from what they were saying in the documentary, he got a concussion in the match, and that was supposed to be part of the finisher. And then the ref was telling him, because the ref has the earpiece, like, "All right, man, they want you to do the finisher," and he said, "I can't because I'm not right." They're like, "No, they think they want you to do it no matter what." And then fucked up. That's why he was pissed off backstage. If you ever seen that, he's like, "Don't talk to me." Here's another one. You gonna get rid of Paul Heyman, or are you gonna get rid of Paul Bearer? Which Paul you gonna get rid of? As a manager, not promotions, because he has ECW, so that don't count. So let's just say as a manager.
Paul Bearer. Paul Bearer, because the only person he really he's managed he managed Mankind, but who else he managed? Kane, Undertaker,
the big three.
Big three, yeah. They're all synonymous.
Paul Heyman has CM Punk, he has Brock Lesnar, and Roman Reigns, dude.
Rhino, remember he was all the ECW guys when they came.
Those are like pretty big top threes as well. So it's
So you got to get rid. I'm just saying.
So you get rid of Paul Bearer, or you get rid of Paul Heyman?
You just asking all these fucked up questions today, bro. It's just like all these hypotheticals. I'm like, man.
I keep I
already get rid of Paul Bearer. He's dead already. How about that?
That don't count. The history is gone, though.
History's gone. Well, shit.
He'll
live on forever? I'm just kidding. Now,
all of them don't.
Legends never die.
Paul Heyman, but they elevated because of Paul Heyman.
Right. You can't say that.
Undertaker needed Paul Bearer to Kane. I mean, at least initially, when they all came out, it was amazing.
When they all came out, yeah. When Mankind came out, they teamed him up with Paul Bearer.
Scary as shit, too.
And so they're like, man, he really left Undertaker to team up with this guy? Boiler match, But
Paul Heyman's the wise man. And he's so freaking good at just talking. His promos are amazing, but then Paul Bearer had the voice, the look. He looked like a real mortuary.
Yeah.
Mortician.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. He was great. So maybe we don't touch that one either. Bro. Maybe we'll leave the Pauls on. You know who I'm going to get rid of? I'm going to get rid of Paul. Paul. I'm just going to leave it at that. Which one, yeah?
Yep.
That's for me to know.
There you go.
That's it. So here's the Paul. Sorry, Paul. I'm going to keep Paul. Okay. So if we were going to continue on with who we're going to get rid of, let's do some more light. What were they called? Cruiserweights, right? So let's say
cruiserweights or light heavyweight, and depends on which one they were.
What? He started off as a cruiserweight, and the fucker came into heavyweight champion. So let's say Eddie Guerrero, because he got big after a while.
He got huge, yeah.
He wasn't the small one anymore. So Eddie Guerrero or Chris Benoit. In the ring. Performances only. In the ring.
It can only be in the ring.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, though. Like, you can't say, I'll get rid of one to protect two other people. Like, we're not saying that shit. So we're going to say performance-wise.
Performance-wise. Oh, man.
I'm picking Eddie.
I know you're gonna pick Eddie, and I should pick Eddie too because I actually saw him win the championship in No Way Out. That's a moment I get to live with that forever. I was there, bro. So,
and he was better on the mic. Also, he had personality, Latino heat.
He had personality. Yeah, his brains weren't scrambled all over the place yet.
That's true. Lie, cheat, steal, charisma, like all that stuff. So
all that shit was going.
And also the frog splash was synonymous. Like he's like you think of two. To me, there's like two. It's D'Lo's and his. Completely different.
I'll say three.
Okay,
I'll say three.
Oh, RVD.
Rob Van Dam. RVD, the 5-star man. But his shit did, but I guess RVD's. I don't know if you would have add that in there because it didn't always look the same. It didn't. It was his looked like it was his own thing almost in a way. It was a 5-star frog splash, but
Eddie's was more technical, right? Because it was tight.
it did, yeah. And D'Lo's looked the same. Like,
Like a real frog too, though. Like he actually really standing. And RVD would do the shit.
Yeah, he was a big dude.
Go sideways.
He was a big dude.
No matter where you're at, he's gonna hit you with
he's gonna hit you with that shit. To me, I was like, man, amazing, amazing. But
yeah, so I got to go with because we can't pick Benoit no matter what. I think I don't think it's gonna. Yeah,
I mean we can't. Yeah, I mean he was one of my favorite wrestlers.
Yeah, he was so good, man. He was really good.
So great,
and especially for a small guy as well. And he wasn't fast. He wasn't like a little guy like Mysterio where he's fast as shit. You know what I mean? He was a big ass little dude who had to be a
Rabbit Wolverine.
There you go.
Rabbit Wolverine.
No pun intended.
He was rabid, all right.
So he covered the little guys, man. Now, if we were to say big, the legend. So let's say Andre. We got Andre the Giant.
Mm-hmm.
Now, obviously, the one who copied him, or just even his gimmick, obviously, right, would be, Paul White, Big Show.
Big Show, yeah.
And he also went by the Giant, right?
He went by the Giant when WCW. That was it was the Giant.
Same thing. One and cross.
So he won the one arm singlet, you know. And I remember they had the first story they had was him and Hogan, and I was 20 years later, but it's still. I mean, it was like 10 years later. I can't say 20. It was like 10 years, but it still worked.
Oh yeah, it definitely did.
It still worked, you know.
Or was it?
We were sure.
Wait, no,
yeah.
Not 20 years later. Yeah, you're right. It was like 97.
I said it's 10 here. I was like 97, 98. That was like after. I said,
we don't want to put age on this even more. So yeah, let's say 10.
Right. Yeah. I was at that time period. Yeah, but it was like a 10-year difference. But
and then
they ran the same story.
True. And then Big Show even came back. He had a good entrance too when he came to WWE, right? Because he came through the mat.
St. Valentine's Day Massacre. Yeah. He came through the mat. Yeah, and through
Hogan. Austin.
He actually.
Picked up Austin, threw him against the cage. The cage broke, and then allowed Austin to escape and get the victory. Yeah, he was Paul. Yeah,
he went by Paul White then.
Yeah,
he went by Paul White. Then, oh my God, that's Paul White. I was like, who's? I was like, that's a Giant. Hey, not Paul White, but yeah,
exactly. And when he had the long hair, he was, to me, 10 times better.
Yeah,
but then poor guy got old. He has his body is Jesus Christ. His knees. I don't like how he can't even walk. It's tough to see. Poor guy.
It is, but he's a huge guy though. And also, I didn't realize. He had a pituitary gland issue growing up. That's why he overgrew. They had to take that out. So that's why he grew so big.
Man, and Andre, he didn't want to have any surgery to stop it or something. No. He could have, but he's like, no, I'm ready to check out. Like that's enough.
Nah, that's crazy.
Especially at that time too, there ain't no accommodations at all.
Nah, bro. They used to have like 2 or 3 seats for the chair.
That's crazy. And so I mean, you can't get rid of Andre. That dude has aura still. You look at his T-shirts, like the classic T-shirts. It's just him, just standing there. You're like, holy shit, that's huge, the greatest. Bro. He was a big boy.
I think. Did you see? I think one of the WrestleMania little experiences they had his hand up there. You put your hand on his shit. That shit was huge.
I think I missed it then.
Did you ever see that? I feel like I've seen that one time. I don't know, but it was.
Yeah, man, he was a legend. A lot of legends on that one. Trying to think of the old who was on the first. I don't think it was the first game, obviously, but the wrestling game that was like more of a. It was WWF, but it was like arcade looking.
WrestleMania Arcade. It was WrestleMania Arcade.
Is that what it was called?
Yeah.
Like it was like Shawn Michaels. They tried to make the realism, right? Too a little bit like.
It was Shawn. It had Shawn, Razor Ramon, Undertaker,
Doink the Clown.
It was Doink the Clown. That was all the Midway guys. I mean, they did the same. It's from the same people that did Mortal Kombat.
That's right. So. Bret Hart was on there too, right?
Yep. It's funny. I guess he didn't play video games back then, or Undertaker. Somebody didn't play games. Like,
Those are good times. Speaking of which, the new game's coming out next month.
Yeah, next month. Yep, that looks like it's gonna be fun, especially with they got the island, which is I'm interested to see about.
Exactly. They're changing it up, which is
It's
good.
open world. I'm like, man, about time they're opening it up.
I
Like,
know.
hopefully the storylines are good on there. You
Yeah.
know,
That'd be pretty cool if you could join. Let's just say I don't want to sound stupid. Let's just say you join a server that you're just a part of a team, right? Of like 60 people, whatever. You create your own characters. So you can't use real people, but create characters and stuff like that. And if everybody's online at the same time or something like that, it could show what's happening. There could be a match, and all of a sudden you could join and interrupt the shit, mess it up, and
right?
cause somebody to lose or something. That'd be pretty cool too, though. Just to have
That'd
more
be cool,
involvement
but
with people.
that'd be dope.
Yeah, something different. But the games have been the last three really good. Last three
Yeah,
games.
I enjoyed the last, especially the last one was they did the 40 years of WrestleMania. No,
And then they're gonna do the Bloodline, right? I believe
they're doing the Bloodline. They're doing Roman's story. Like that's all. Hey,
it's gonna be great, man.
we're gonna acknowledging him.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
we
be
are.
standing up.
So can't wait though. It's a good time to bring back games on that.
No, last year was the Cena. I'm sorry, last year was Cena.
Was it
They
really?
did the Cena story.
Or was that the year before?
End of 40 years? No, it was the year before. Because
Last year
beat
was
both of them. That's all I know.
WrestleMania, I think.
That's 40 years of WrestleMania. Yeah, I did beat that. I finally beat the last one too because the last match to clear it out, you have to do a WrestleMania basically against all the great. It's a WrestleMania Royal Rumble.
Oh, really? I don't think I ever finished it.
Yeah, I finished it finally. It took me the longest time, but I kept dying. I'm like, fuck. I kept getting eliminated.
There's nothing frustrating.
But I finally, because you start at number one. You got to wrestle the whole 30 thing. And I was like, fuck, I finally did it. I was juiced. I do with Stone Cold, but it worked,
Speaking of which, there's no Iron Man match without Shawn and Bret.
Man.
They need each
that
other.
Part. Yeah. See? You over here asking me these questions hypothetically. Then, now, forever. Together. Okay?
Oh, man.
That's just all, but yeah. You got me stressing out like, oh my God, I don't want to.
I think that's the hardest one to answer for me. I mean, The Rock and Stone Cold are pretty tough. But then also, just if you're a real wrestling fan,
they're synonymous with each other.
Bret and Shawn are pretty hard. Because they were at the same time as like the trajectory. I mean, Bret was before, right? But still, it was like, where are we going to go if we were going to take this big? And it was, they obviously bet on Shawn for sure to take him into the stream, right?
They did because you got to think Shawn took over after Bret, so basically they did. Because Bret was the face.
Yeah,
he ended up becoming the face after Hogan. He was the face, and then it became Shawn.
You don't have Bret, you don't have that Austin blood match.
You don't have the Austin because and that's what started the Austin 3C. That's what really got to jump it too.
See,
all you can't shit. Like literally, then, now, forever together.
You ain't getting rid of nobody.
You can't.
You can't. It's tough
because they're all. Yep. Did I accidentally hang up? What did I do?
No, you're still here. No.
I'm still here. Okay. I accidentally hit something. I was like, oh shit, no.
Man, wrestling is great though, and I think it's just connects you back to the '90s. For me, that's what it does. When I watch it, it's like again, it's not the same as that WrestleMania moment that we had, but it's more of just relax. You just enjoy the show, and when it comes on Mondays, comes on Fridays, it's time for you just to be able to disconnect from
it is. That's my little
little breathing room before you start work Tuesday morning and shit.
You do it all over again. Get ready to watch. I'm getting ready to watch Raw. I actually could watch it at home because I'm home today since my schedule's changed. Actually make it home because I don't get off until 5. It starts at 5. So
which is nice. Netflix. It's been working good. I think
it works good.
One time they've had a messed up match. Sorry, not match, but a show is like something wrong with their own.
I forgot equipment. It was the whole thing. Yeah, like I seen that match. I forgot I was over there. They were on Twitter talking about or X talking about it, whatever and on Threads talking about it. And I was like, I'm like, I don't understand it, but it happened like in the middle of the show. I'm like, now I see what they're talking about. It was getting super bad.
Yeah, it was.
But I haven't seen an issue since. So
we'll see what happens tonight. We got about an hour till that goes on. So,
yep.
all right,
Finally
man.
find out who our last Elimination Chamber opponent is for the men's.
Sure, it's going to be Seth.
Yep.
Unless
you want to get predictions on that.
The only thing I can think of is that everyone knows it's going to be Seth, but then do you throw a wrench in there on purpose because everyone knows? You let Finn go, so Finn could start to get his momentum as the buildup of a singles again. Because I loved Finn when he was singles and he was a demon.
Yeah,
he was great. He was a champ. I mean, so
he was a champ, and Seth killed it for him. Like, I feel like they never big time.
Didn't even give him a second run.
He never got a second run. Mm-hmm. Never. He won that belt. He was the first Universal Champ, and they never gave him his second run. He never got his run.
So
did he ever get a rematch? I don't think he ever got a rematch.
Never did. So this is the thing now. They were building it up a little bit when they had their little talk together, Seth and Finn, that they know when they perform, they put on some great ass shows. Matches,
they do, because
right?
that was a great fucking match. Mm-hmm. I enjoyed that.
So do you let Finn go? Because number one, that's shocking. You don't think he's going to win. And do you start to build him up again as a singles? Because you can't just have him as Judgment Day and not do shit. He's too good for that. Just like Dom, I think, too. Then do you let somebody screw Seth tonight? Like, Seth is wrestling Finn, and then does Drew McIntyre come out, mess up the match, cause him to lose, like Seth, or does CM Punk do it? Like, whoever is going to win Elimination Chamber is getting, obviously, the title shot, right, with Cody. But there's so many big names.
So,
are you setting up the match for WrestleMania, is what I'm saying?
I think you're setting up a match. I'm going to be real. I feel like we might be getting the way Royal Rumble ended, how Roman Reigns, CM Punk, and Seth Rollins. I think we're getting CM Punk and Rollins at least. I think we're getting CM Punk. We're getting CM Punk and Roman Reigns. I'm not CM Punk. I think, well, if they don't let Cena win this match, I think we're getting a triple threat against CM Punk, Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins. Yeah. And they've all interacted with each other. But I really feel more. I feel like something's going to happen in Elimination Chamber. I really do. I feel like Roman's going to come back in Elimination Chamber. Somebody's going to get fucked over. And either we're getting a triple threat, or either, like I said, it could go either way. I said we might get Cena. I really think we might get Cena versus Cody, because who's Cena signed to? Is he on Raw or SmackDown, or he's just kind of a free agent? I know. Remember, Drew McIntyre's he's on SmackDown.
Yeah,
Drew's on SmackDown now. Remember, CM Punk, with CM Punk, Seth Rollins, they're all on Raw. Logan Paul's on Raw.
Right.
So you need, and then who else did I mention? Who's the other one I mentioned? Oh, Damian Priest is on SmackDown as well.
Right. Yeah.
So you got DM, and then yeah. So that's your 6 guys. Well, we'll find out who number 6 is tonight, but
yeah,
I don't know if they're gonna. I think they could do it kind of like, I think they got the way they got it set up. They could do it where it really doesn't matter if the person is from Raw or SmackDown. I know, like,
of course. Yeah, I'm
thinking about it like that.
Mess up his match tonight.
You don't
take that many head stomps and just get away with it.
No.
That was a lot of head stomps. So yeah, I mean, anything could happen today. Yes, if you're gonna watch today, it's pretty big to watch. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
February 17th, Raw. Because yeah, that's gonna determine how they're gonna go, and then that lets us know what's gonna happen with the kind of Elimination Chamber when it comes to singles matches after that's over with. Because you got to build up. Time's running out.
You build up
to do the build up.
Time's running out. Yeah, you got to get it built up for WrestleMania. After Elimination Chamber, that's it. I think that's the next PLE.
Yeah, that's it.
And then is that going to be the last one in America until like? I think all the next PLEs are like they're going to be somewhere.
Well, no, Elimination Chamber is Canada, right?
That's in Canada. Yeah.
And then I think they're going to London for a little bit for a few shows. So I'm not sure. Yeah, prices are going to skyrocket more.
Oh yeah, they got to pay for them flight costs. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. All right, man. But this was a tough one.
It was a 2.
It was a 2. It was a tough one to answer those questions, and I'll think of some more next time that are pretty good. But appreciate the honesty, man. And I'm glad we both picked Eddie. So with that, I'm
Yep.
Señor Splash.
Yeah.
And
I'm Mr. Smash.
hope you have a great rest of your day, man. And we'll hit it up after Raw tonight. So we'll see what it is.
Yep.
All right, man. Take care, sir.
All right.
Bye.
Yep. You too.